I always thought I should have played football. I wanted to play football, but my mom wanted me to go to Jones. And a huge part of that was stopping by the theater room and being coaxed into this theater situation with Miss Bennett. And that's how she did things. One way or another, Robin Bennett was going to get it done. And that's one of the phrases I use. That's probably the thing that I've learned the most from her. And that was just getting it done. That was like her phrase, was get it done. And that's all I'm trying to do now, Miss Bennett. I'm just trying to get it done. You knew how things went with us, and you knew. I really sincerely think you just caught me at a really bad time. I don't know, I was really focused on things that really shouldn't have been my focus at the time. And of course you knew this, being an adult and being as wise as Robin Bennett is, of course you knew this. And you told me you knew it then. And it just sucks that this is what it takes for me to believe you. I mean, whatever I can do to keep the Robin Bennett thing going, I'm going to keep it going. And that's what I'm all about. I'm just trying to get it done.
Hi, Robin and Sarah Smith from High School 4. I wanted to come in and say a couple things about how important you have been over the last 9 years of my life. In 2000, which was my freshman year at Jones, you recognized some pain and, I guess, some resistance on my part in growing up and maturing, not only in theater as a student, but also as an individual. And you saw that pain and you recognized it and you nurtured me into the person I am today. You had me read this poem 4 times aloud, and at the time when I was a freshman, I was super annoyed and I was so frustrated with you that you had me sit and read this super long poem 4 times over and over again. But I think of this poem constantly. I can't remember one word in it, but I just remember reading these words and absorbing the words, and it literally altered the way that I viewed the world. And I want to say because of you, that was the main reason I did so well here. You kind of got me out of the shell. You got me out of all this pain from my mother. You let me just recognize that I need to move on and become my own person and do things for myself. And that's why I did so well here. And then I went on and graduated from Grinnell. I was really active there. I actually even started a support group for women that had eating disorders and cut themselves. I also started a library where they actually donated books. All students donated books so that even the low-income students could kind of use them. And so I just wanted to let you know that even when I am having a bad day, I sit down, I close my eyes, and I wait 5 minutes and just really kind of just relax. And that has gotten me through so many days. It's gotten me through all of my anger issues. And I think it's really why I've survived the way that I have in the last 9 years. So thank you so much.
So, great. So I'm Amelia Bell. I just remember we did so much preparation, and there was so much, it was always geared towards something. It was, we were doing monologues. It was, this could be a really good audition piece, or, this is how you read something and pick up stuff, and this is how you take notes on something. You talk back to the text was Miss Bennett's really big thing. This is how you talk to somebody, this is how you present yourself, and this is how you write well, and, so it was, theater was kind of the place where you went and it was all included, and it was, not just, this is how you put on a great play, or not just, this is how you become a great actor. It was, this is how you become a great person, and this is how you play school, and this is, and Miss Bennett always said that theater was the one thing you would take that no matter what you went into would help you with what you were going to do. And that was definitely true for me. It definitely improved my writing, it improved my reading, it improved my dealing with people skills. And I went to college, and knew how to do things that other people didn't necessarily know how to do, even though they had been straight-A students in high school like I was. And that was thanks to Miss Bennett. Thank you for everything that you've done for me in my life, because you've done quite a bit. And I think that you were one of the people that got me to be where I am, and got me to be the person I am. And I really appreciate that.
She never ever treated us like kids. She always treated us as adults, and it was so funny because, you know, a lot of the things that she would say, for instance, if you hurt yourself on stage or something, she would say, you know, that's your fault because you weren't paying attention. You know, I did hurt myself once in a rehearsal, but it wasn't anything too seriously bad or anything. But, you know, I thought that was always very unsympathetic, but then I looked at it later, now as an adult, and I say to myself, yeah, that probably was my fault. Her honestly being one of the most influential teachers of my high school years, and yeah, it's her. And I mean, if I would have been under her, you know, her teaching, I just don't know. I don't know what would have become of I guess my career and how I think of art, and but yeah, so yeah, I always have an enormous amount of respect for her, and admiration and love, and yeah, and she will be missed. She will definitely be missed.
In my freshman year, I came to your class very timid and very scared and unsure of myself. But through theater, I felt I was going to be able to be someone other than myself for a little while. However, I never had any confidence in myself to do this. I remember that every day I would come to your class and I would always be the first one here. And you would always say something to me which made me feel so much more sure of myself. Even if it was just the smallest little comment. Now, in my senior year, I've become definitely more confident in who I am. And I feel that I owe a lot of it to you. Because, you know, you taught me that sometimes being someone else for a little while is really just an outlet for being really who you are. And I guess I just want to thank you for the confidence and for teaching me that you have to go for things with your whole heart and, you know, not worry so much about what other people think.
She taught me a lot, like, about people, I think, and she made me realize a lot about my behavior. I don't know how to explain it. Like, she was always telling me to be home on time and talking about my mom, because my mom and I don't get along very well, and she kind of taught me a little bit about how to be more respectful and see where my mom is coming from, whereas I wouldn't have gotten that from any other perspective.
Raised your awareness.
Yeah.
But also, the one thing that I've always carried with me ever since you told me this is to focus on what I still have rather than what I've lost. And I can't even, it would take days non-stop to actually express my gratitude for Miss Bennett. And I gotta thank you, Robin, for everything.